Very good morning, students. I welcome you all. Today I am here with the chapter 6, My Childhood, for class 9 from your textbook Beehive. Now, my childhood is a part of, or we can say, the beginning of the Wings of Fire, an autobiography by APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam does not require any introduction. He is a legend, a scientist, 11th President of India, and he has contributed in the field of science. He made our defense more powerful. APJ Abdul Kalam, a great legendary scientist of 21st century whose projects in space, defense and nuclear technology guided India into this era. So here today, from the Wings of Fire, his autobiography, we will learn something about his childhood, how he has expressed his childhood in his own words. Here we will see how a boy from the statement, or we can say the town, became the legendary scientist and the president of India. How the beautiful journey it was, and here especially we'll focus on his childhood. Let's begin with the summary. APJ Abdul Kalam narrates the story of his childhood in the first person. So what he said, I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwaram in the erstwhile Madras state. That time it was called Madras state. Okay, so where Kalam was born in the town of Rameshwaram in Madras state, and now it is known as Chennai, at the southernmost India. Kalam fondly remembers his father Jainuluddin and mother Ashi Amma. Through his parents, he inherited the qualities of honesty, self-discipline, and faith in goodness and kindness. He said that my father Jainuluddin had neither much formal education nor much wealth. Despite these disadvantages, he possessed great innate wisdom and true generosity of spirit. He had an ideal helpmate in my mother, that is Ashi Amma. I do not recall the exact number of people she fed every day, but I am quite certain that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our own family put together. So here we can see that we are not learning even only from the books, but we are learning from our surrounding. We are learning from our observation and experiences. So here young APJ Kalam was learning generosity, kindness by observing his father and by observing his mother, that how selflessly both were indulged in preparing food for and serving food with all care, love and affection to even to the visitors, those who used to come for visit the Rameshwaram temple. At that particular time there were no many hotels or lodges were available, no any food was available in the market. Like right now we have so many hotels and restaurants, but so at that time the village peoples were so generous, and here Ashi Amma used to feed people, those who were coming to visit the village. Then Kalam said, I was one of many children, a short boy with rather undistinguished looks, born to tall and handsome parents. We lived in our ancestral house, which was built in the middle of the 19th century. It was a fairly large pakka house made of limestone and brick, and on the Mosque Street in the Rameshwaram. When he was 8 years old, the Second World War began. India as a part of the British Empire, was forced to join the war. So, as a result, there was a great demand for the tamarind seeds, and here Kalam got his first opportunity to earn some money. Though Kalam found it strange, he would collect and sell them in the market. Due to war, trains were also forbidden to stop at Rameshwaram temple. This action again gave another opportunity to Kalam to earn something more. As a result, newspapers which came from other part of the state were thrown out in the bundles out of moving trains. Samsuddin, Kalam's cousin, was distributing newspaper in the entire town at that particular time, and so he required a helping hand that time, and Kalam has become his helping hand, and here Kalam was employed by his brother to assist him in catching these newspaper bundles. Now, almost 50 years of this particular incident, Kalam remembers and recollects the pride that he felt on earning money for the first time. When you are earning money for the first time, it's a great achievement in itself. Kalam has written that every child is born with some inherited characteristics into a specific socio-economic and emotional environment and trained in its certain ways by figures of authority. So here he says that I inherited honesty and self-discipline from my father. From my mother I inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness. And so here from 3 brothers and sisters he has learned to be kind. Now here he introduced his friends. As a young boy he had 3 close friends, Ramananda Shastri, Arvindam and Shiva Prakashan. Though the 3 boys were from orthodox Hindu Brahmin families, all 4 of them were very good friends. Ramananda Shastri's father was a priest in the temple for whom Kalam's family would arrange boats during the Sri Sita Rama Kalyanam ceremony. So, here we can see the entire village of Rameshwaram at that time was living in harmony. There was a communal harmony established. People were living together, celebrating together, and there was no discrimination based on caste, creed, color or creed. Kalam grew up listening to the stories from the life of the Prophet and the Ramayana, thus reflecting the secular nature of his upbringing. So, Kalam said that there was no discrimination at all, and our parents took care very well that among the children's mind any discrimination should not come in. There was no place for any kind of discrimination. He said that my mother and grandmother used to tell us stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata, and although they were belonging to Muslim family. However, this outlook was challenged when a new teacher joined Rameshwaram Elementary School. Kalam was at 5th standard that time. Kalam usually sat with his friend Ramananda Shastri, who was the son of the great priest of Rameshwaram temple. The teacher, shocked to see a Muslim boy sitting next to a Hindu boy, made Kalam sit at the back of the class. Both the boys went home and narrated the incident to their respective parents. The very next day, Shastri's father called the teacher. In the presence of the boys, he sternly told the teacher not to spread ideas of communal intolerance and social inequality among children. Then he told the teacher to either apologize or quit. Not only did the teacher regret his behavior, but the strong sense of conviction Lakshmana Shastri conveyed ultimately reformed this young teacher. Through this incident, Kalam narrates how adults have the power to influence children, either in principles of open-mindedness or communal hatred. Whatever a child learns, he learns from his elders. How do they behave? How do they act? Here, Kalam introduced us with his science teacher. He said, however, my science teacher Siva Subramania Iyer, through an orthodox Brahmin with a very conservative wife. One day he invited me to his home for a meal. His wife was horrified at the idea of a Muslim boy being invited to dine in her ritually pure kitchen. But Subramaniam Iyer had a modern outlook. He was instrumental in building Kalam's early education. He invited Kalam over to his house. His very conservative wife, however, refused to let Kalam enter her kitchen or serve him the food. His teacher did not say anything. Instead, he served Kalam and his own plate by himself for the meal. Kalam wrote here that his wife watched him from behind the kitchen door, and he wrote, I wondered whether she had observed any difference in the way I ate rice, drank water, or cleaned the floor after the meal. When I was leaving his house, Subramania Iyer invited me to join him for the dinner again the next weekend. On noticing Kalam's hesitation, Iyer reassured him. He told Kalam that when one decides to change the system, one must face obstacles along the way. Then, next time Kalam went to Iyer's house, and Iyer's wife served him food in her kitchen, and there was a big change. Then the Second World War was over and India's freedom was imminent. Indians will build their own India, declared Gandhiji. The whole country was filled with an unprecedented under the leadership of Gandhiji was moving towards freedom from the British rule. At this time, Kalam decided to go to Ramanathapuram to pursue his higher education. When he told his father about his opinion for his higher education, his father agreed. On noticing his mother's hesitation, his father consoled her. He believed that there comes a time when parents must let their children pursue their dreams. His father told his mother, your children are not your children, they are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. So, don't be the obstacle in the path of his success. Let him pursue his dream. This was the just one piece of the at the beginning or the my childhood from Kalam's book The Wings of Fire, from the Wings of Fire. For the more details and to know more about Kalam, please go through the entire book and read Wings of Fire by APJ Abdul Kalam. Definitely his stories and his life experiences will motivate you, will inspire you to be a better person. Thank you.